So, go for a little walk after the freeze. We got hit pretty hard. That's my guava. I think it's going to live. We'll see how that works. Fig will be fine. Pretty hardy. This pomegranate's fine. It don't even care. Chaya got burnt, but nowhere near as bad as it did last year. It got down to 29, which did absolutely nothing to this loquat. It don't care. As a matter of fact, it's got new growth. Bananas over in the protected area. I took some damage. The top of this one's toast. And the bananas that are back here, well, it's only that one little sprout. I don't really know what's going on here. There was another banana that was almost big enough to start to produce. So, I'm not really sure what happened there. I don't think it was the freeze. I think I'll throw some fertilizer on it and see if I can't get that to speed up some. Stuff I keep underneath this tree is all just fine. No damage whatsoever. These guys are alright. My front bed came out fine. I mean, there's a little bit of damage, but nothing to panic about. Having a little bit of time to prepare made a big difference. Now, this is what an unprotected plant looked like. But I didn't actually want to protect that. That's a mother of thousands. And my little nursery is just fine. Doesn't look like I'm going to lose anything in there. Well, maybe that one guy right there. He didn't get covered, and it's looking a little worse for wear, but we'll see. It's not dead, so let's head to the back and see what's going on back there. So we're in the backyard now. The mustard greens didn't bat an eye. I didn't think they would. And I know for a fact they were covered with a frost. Weeds over here got burnt pretty good. It's okay. I'll be mowing this area within the next couple of weeks. Start preparing for spring. This blueberry right here took a hit. Which is kind of surprising because blueberries generally don't take a hit for a frost. So, yeah, that happened. Now, this chaya took a hit, but not that bad considering. And the papaya leaves, but once again, not that bad. Not as bad as I expected. And this cassava took quite a hit. But it's still alive, which means I'll be able to make more cassava from it. My Scarlet Beauty plum, it didn't even care. As a matter of fact, if I can get them in to focus, there are little plums on it. That is awesome. Now, whether or not they actually make it to harvest, well, that's a thing to be seen. On through here. The worst hit of anything I have is this little guy here. I do not know if this Jamaican apple is going to make it. That looks really bad. And this one, I absolutely made sure I covered it as best I could. But you never know. Now, this is my avocado. I grew this from seed. The Florida avocado. Unnamed variety since I grew it from seed. Last year, it froze all the way to the ground. And it didn't get near as cold as it did last night. Or the other night. It seems to be fine. I covered it with the sheet. And the leaves that were right out touching the edge of the sheet, they got burned. You know what? That's not a big deal. A Praying Hands bananas. Looking pretty bad. But they'll be fine. Once spring comes, I'll come in and I'll trim off all that dead. And you just drop that right at the base of it and let it compost down there. The African yam. It's done, I think. They normally go dormant anyway, so I was surprised that this one hadn't gone dormant. It got knocked back pretty good. The key lime that is underneath it is doing just fine. As a matter of fact, it is blooming right now. Yay! I'm gonna get lots of little key limes. These are the tastiest little limes. If you ever want a lime for cooking, this is your lime. It is by far the most aromatic lime I've ever encountered in my life. What it is a giant key lime, which basically means they're about a little bit smaller than a golf ball. And you pick them right before they start to turn yellow. And just awesome. Or you can wait until they're yellow if you're planning on just using the juice. But if you want to use the zest right before they start to turn yellow, it's just an awesome, awesome smell. Whenever my daughter gets out here and gets a bunch of those so she can cook with them, the whole house smells like the best smelling lime for hours after she's juiced and zested them. It's a phenomenal smell. My vegetable bed has overgrown. I need to get in here and just weed eat it down, I guess. This bullgrass took over. In case you're wondering why I call this bullgrass, it's because the stuff gets 5-6 feet tall really quickly. And a bull can hide in it. So you can be walking down a path and have no idea whatsoever that there's a bull there. And all of a sudden this big angry bull comes popping out of the grass and chasing you. Kind of sucks. It's not a native grass. It was introduced here, probably in the mid-70s. My Satsuma just did not care whatsoever about the frost or the freeze. It doesn't care. No damage whatsoever. These are also called snow oranges because they can actually take a snow. So if you live as far north as southern Kentucky and you want to grow citrus, get a Satsuma Owari. Not only can it take the cold, but the cold concentrates the sugar down in them and they become the absolute sweetest candy-like piece of fruit or citrus you will ever encounter. Back here behind me is my lemon, my Ponderosa lemon. No damage. As a matter of fact, the freeze seems to have helped it because it got all the vines that were growing on it to die, which is good. Maybe I can get a chance to get back here with a mower, knock it back, and it's blooming. One of the incredible things about these is not only do I get very, very large lemons of fantastic flavor, but just brushing against this will kick out a strong lemon smell. There's a brand new lemon right there. So overall, I came out pretty good. All this overgrowth that happened this year ended up working in my favor because it shielded citrus that got nailed last year. But I gotta get in here and knock this back before it starts growing again. I have a new game plan. See, this was a bed and all the boards have been knocked down, so I'm going to take it out and I'm just going to start mowing this area, and I'm going to dig out the yams that are here and get them going in some large pots temporarily because I don't want to lose them. Kind of reset this bed might take me a year or two, so go around it with block instead of boards. You got some burn here, but I expected those canna lilies to go dormant anyway, so that's not a big deal. Native red mulberry has gone completely dormant. That's okay, because when it wakes up, it'll put out fruit. Oh, bear with me a second. That's my mango tree. This poor thing gets hit hard every single time I think it's going to bloom. It's like 8 years old. It's done really good on growth wise. It should have produced 2 years ago and it hasn't produced yet. And it's a really good mango. But it seems like it's just going to keep getting hit. It just barely started to put out flowers. And then some of my other bad burn is right there. And this is a fairly protected area. For some reason, the winds funnel right through this spot just the right way to mess things up. Once some of the stuff that's up front grows, that won't be a problem. So, that's all the damage. It's pretty bad in some places, but nowhere near as bad as I expected in others. Y'all have a good day.